Hello, my name is Donnie Kramer. I am the industrial tech instructor for the high school. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the classes that are offered to incoming freshmen. Okay, I know this is not ideal, but it's the best solution to the pandemic we have. So um, here goes the best I can do. One class offered to freshmen would be Manufacturing 1. In that class, we will build a product, try to sell it, and try to make a profit. That's really the basis of that class. Basically, we set up a company on basis of our product and look to try to sell it, try to make as much money as we can, and try to get a profit out of it. It's a lot of hands-on, learning how a company gets started and stuff like that. So some of the projects we've done in the past, napkin holders, you can see them up at the hillside if you go up there to eat. Bag boards. We did remote caddies last fall. So those are some of kind of the ideas of what we do in Manufacturing 1. The next class that is offered or is available for freshmen is Manufacturing 2. Used to be called Metals Technology. In there, we work with different metals, okay, creating different projects. We have a Foundry Unit where we melt down aluminum and cast a mold. If you've walked down the hallways, you might have smelt the burnt sand. It does kind of stink a little bit, but it's kind of neat how you melt down something, create the mold in the sand, and the end result is something that looks pretty neat. We do sheet metal project in there, which is a dustpan. Pretty simple. Create the pattern, bend and fold it, and then spot weld it together. We do have a CNC Plasma Cutter that you could take an image off the internet. About 5-10 minutes later, you're cutting it with a CNC Plasma Cutter. So it's kind of a neat little machine that we have. A lot of kids like using it. We will do a tack hammer in that class, and we will do a thread gauge. Those are your main projects in there. Like I said, it's more project based than a lot of the other classes. So that's kind of a neat class. A lot of kids take it, whether you're female or male. A lot of them take it. Another class that is offered to freshmen is Manufacturing 3, which is the introduction to power and energy. Basically, in there, we talk about the different forms of energy, the different forms of power. Our big projects in there are the trebuchet. If you don't know what a trebuchet is, it's a catapult. This year we built miniature ones that were able to throw a small rubber bouncy ball. You learn a lot about levers and stuff through that. The other one is a robotic arm using syringes and mechanical power to pick up an eraser and move it. There's bookwork involved, and we take the bookwork and we make it apply to your project. So that's what that class is all about. So Manufacturing 3 is really introduction to power and energy. Another class would be Manufacturing 4, which is draft technology. It used to be called drafting or mechanical drawing back in the day. In there, we will learn how to use drafting machines to create multi-view drawings. So we can take an object, say a Rubik's Cube. We can look at it and draw that on a flat piece of paper. Basically, we're just tearing it apart and making it a flat object. You do have to be kind of neat. You're going into engineering or stuff like that. That would be a good class to take. Other classes that I do offer, I do have Advanced Manufacturing 1, which is electricity. In there, we do modern residential wiring. You'll wire up a switch to a light. You wire up a series of outlets. You learn how to do all that stuff. 3-way switches, 4-way switches, split receptacle. Basically, any general knowledge electricity questions you may have in your home. That's what we will do. It's a lot of repetition, a lot of practice, but I've had a lot of kids that have come back and said it saved them a lot of money from calling an electrician to come in. They were able to switch out an outlet or change a switch. The next one is Advanced Manufacturing 2, which is manual machining. Basically, what we do there is we go a little bit further than what we did in metals. It's manual machining. In there, we make a meat tenderizer, a burr puzzle game, dice, and a drill stand. Those are the main things. So we're using vertical mills, which none of you probably know what it is. It's a large drill press that has more options. An engine lathe, once again, probably don't know what that is, but we're able to turn stuff down to a certain size using those things. So we do a lot with that. The next one is Advanced Manufacturing 3, which once upon a time was called Transportation. In that class, we look at the different modes of transportation: air, land, water, and space. Now, with each one of them, there are several projects that go along with it. So if we take air, for example, we build a 9-foot hot air balloon out of tissue paper, take it outside, and we fly it. Make paper airplanes that we can control, whether they turn, loop, barrel roll, stuff like that. Not your normal one that you would make and throw. Okay. If we did land, we're making CO2 cars. We're testing the drag, friction, and stuff like that. Water, we're making boats. And space, we do model rockets and water rockets. So there's a lot of projects. That one's really project based. We take the information we get from the reading and apply it to your projects so that you have a better understanding of what the information is. The last class that I do offer here is Advanced Manufacturing 4, which is computer aided drawing. We use Pro Desktop to make 3-dimensional models. And like we made dice, we've created mouse traps, compasses, steps, stuff like that. So that's all on the computer. You're basically creating an object on the computer. So those are the main classes that I teach here. Now, if something like that interests you, and you want to go further, Kirkwood does offer CNC and manufacturing classes. I teach the welding part. There's another instructor that teaches the CNC part. That's offered to juniors and seniors. It's a great opportunity if you want to become a welder. I would advise taking it. Like I said, there's a lot of my classes are project based. We do a lot of stuff out in the shop. We'll be safe, so you don't have to worry about if you don't know how to run a machine. We will walk you through it so that you know how to run each machine that you're going to use. And it doesn't matter male, female. I get quite a few of each. Females are just as capable as males as far as working in the shop. Okay. It's always good to have that extra background knowledge. It may help you further in life. It may become a hobby or something that you can make a little bit of money off of later in life too. So, like I said, I hope to see many of you in the shop. Like I said, it's a lot of fun. If you like to work with your hands, this is the place to be. We do a lot of that. So, hope to see you next year.